This video is going to be about scientific graphing or graphing basics. What we're going to be using graphs for in science is going to be for communicating the data that we collect in our lab experiments and other research. So, a few different points I'm going to be going over here. Just as a heads up, this is going to take up about an entire page in your notebook just for planning purposes. Okay, the first thing is when you're making a graph, you're obviously going to be having your x and your y axes. Now, when you have those x and your y axes, it's important that you remember x is horizontal and y is vertical. And in science, we put our independent variable on the x-axis. This is the variable that's being purposely changed. And then we put our dependent variable on our y-axis. Okay, that's the thing that we are going to be recording, or we're going to be collecting data on, the thing that is going to be responding to the change of the independent variable. Now, when you're making a scientific graph, there's a few different things that you want to remember. And I'm going to make that checklist over here. The first thing, you want to make sure that you have axes. Obviously, you want to make sure that you put the correct things on the axes for your independent and dependent variable, and then you want to make sure that you have axes labels. Sometimes the x-axis might be labeled as time. The y-axis could be labeled as distance. You need to make sure that you include those axes labels. You want to make sure that you have a proper scale on both axes, because you want to make sure to use the space within your graph. You shouldn't have a graph that's super, super tiny and not taking up the entire space of the actual graphing area. You want to make sure you have a title. That title should describe what it is that's in the graph, and then also you should include a key if needed. Now, next thing is I want to take a look at some different ways of plotting data. So quite often in science, you might have to make a line graph. So I'm going to make two different coordinate planes here. We have our x, we have our y. This will be 0 down here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, when we have this, so let's say that we have to plot some data. So I'm just going to make up some numbers over here for our x and our y values. Let's say we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for our y's, we have 3, 10, 5, 7, and 11. Now, for both of these graphs, we want to have a consistent scale, or a scale that goes up by the same amount every time. Notice that my hash marks that I'm making here should be just about evenly spaced. If you were doing this on graph paper, they would be perfectly evenly spaced. Now, if I'm going to make this graph, something that I don't want to do, so over here, this is going to be the incorrect, is I don't want to just use my data as numbers. So, for example, I've got 0 on the x-axis, then I would put 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this axis is correct right now, so the same thing is going to go over here, where I've got it evenly spaced, where I go up by the same amount each hash mark. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to just use these values. So what I can't do is I can't just make this 3. I can't just make this 5. I can't just make this 7 and this 10. because then my data is not going to be correct when I go to plot it. It's going to get confusing, okay? This is not the correct way to do a graph. However, over here, I see that the highest number I need to get up to is 11. So if I go up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hash marks. If I divide 4 into 11, that doesn't go very well. But if I did 4 into 12, that goes nicely, where I could go up by 3s each hash mark. So I could go 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, and then if I go to plot this data, I would have point at 0 and 3, make a dot there. I'd have a point at 1 and 10, so it'd be just a little bit above the 9. I've got a point at 2 and 5, it's gonna be just below the 6. Then I've got a point at 3 and 7, which would be just above the 6. Then a point at 4 and 11. 4 and 11, that's gonna be just below the 12 mark. Okay, now in science you also connect the dots using a ruler or a straight edge. I'm not going to right now just because these are our notes and I'm not actually doing it on graph paper, but you would always use a ruler. And that's actually going to be our next point, is going to be always use a ruler when connecting points. Unless you are told otherwise. Because sometimes you might have to do a line of best fit or a curved line. Now, the last thing I want to go over today when it comes to graphing basics is going to be that there are two main types of graphs, at least in science. So let's go over what the difference is between the two and when you should be using them. So the two main types are going to be a bar graph and a line graph. Now when we take a look at these two, both of them are going to have an x and a y axis. Both of them will still have the independent variable on the x and the dependent variable on the y. But a bar graph is going to use bars in order to show value, while a line graph is going to show a line in order to plot the different values. Now, when to use a bar graph? You use a bar graph when you are going to be plotting data about categories. For example, this would be favorite colors, of middle schoolers. The favorite colors would be the categories, so blue, green, yellow, and then the number of middle schoolers would be your dependent variable. So that's the larger the bar would mean the more middle schoolers like a certain color. Now, when you use a line graph, this is going to be in order to show trends, as well as you're going to always be using a line graph when something is over time, where the x-axis is time. Now, an example for this could be something like temperature change throughout the year. Would be an example where you have time or the months on your x-axis and then the temperature on your y-axis and how it changes. If you need more about these notes, check out the notes that are linked in the description. You'll find the same exact notes that we filled out in this video and a PDF file there.